Let's go ahead and take a look at a real-life example. Let's say we get a plan view that has 3 boilers, outlets on the back of the boilers going into a 10-inch, increasing to 14, up to 18, and then going back 17 feet. We have from the outlet to the breeching 5-foot vertical, and then from the breeching to the rain cap 43 feet. There are obviously numerous ways to approach this, but we found that the easiest way to do it is to start by actually drawing the plan view. So basically in between the boilers and then all the way to where we go vertical. Alright, so let's start by switching to a plan view. And then let's take a look at the plan again. We start with 7 feet between the first 2 boilers and 7 feet between boiler 2 and 3, and then we go over 10-foot 9 and then go deep 17 feet. We'll start by selecting the material, and this started out as a 10-inch. And then I'm going to draw the section between the first 2 boilers, and this is 7 feet. Now boiler 2 and 3, another 7 feet. And then going down the breeching, 10-foot 9. And then going back 17 feet. Alright, so from here we have 5 feet from the outlet to the breeching, and we also have 2 foot 6 inches going back before we go vertical up into the breeching. And then we go from the breeching to the rain cap 43 feet. Alright, so the easiest way to show that is to switch from our plan view to one of the isometric views. I'm going to pick top right. I'm going to go ahead and draw my first connector, and this one is 5 foot vertical, and then we go out 2 foot 6 inches. Draw the second one, 5 feet, 2 foot 6, third one 5 feet, and 2 foot 6, and then finally the vertical, and this one went up 43 feet. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the diameters. Again, we go from 10-inch, all the connectors are 10-inch, but we go into 14 up to and 18 all the way up to the rain cap. Alright, so I'm going to start by going back into edit mode, and I'm going to highlight the one in between boiler 2 and 3, and that's the one that's 14-inch. Now I'm going to have to highlight these 3 sections, and there's several ways you can do it. One would be just draw a box around it, or you could also click on one, then hold down the control key and select the 2 others. And this would be 18-inch. We are now ready to go ahead and process our bill of materials. As you can see, we get a series of warnings in the summary. One of them is there's no termination item selected. Okay, so we forgot to put a cap on it. Second one is that we don't have any starting points selected for the boilers. Alright, so we need to add the boiler adapters. And then finally for the system, it says there aren't any accessories added to any of the sections. And this would be where it reminds us that thimbles and flashings have to be added manually. So let's go back to the drawing, and I'm going to start by putting the termination point on. Here's storm color and rain cap. And then I'm going to highlight, holding the control key, I'm going to highlight these 3 entry points, and I'm just going to pick a 10-inch universal adapter. And then finally, let's go ahead and put in a flashing. Click OK. Go ahead and process it again. and this time we get no warnings.